Okay, everyone, so here we are with area of composite shapes and perimeter as well of composite shapes. So if you spread your notes, it was clear that composite shapes are basically not just one rectangle or one triangle, but rather a shape that is made up of two or more shapes that you have to figure out how to break down so that you can find area in parts and then perimeter as well. Okay, so let's start with area first. So if you see here again, this is a composite shape. It's not just a plain rectangle or a plain triangle or a trapezoid or circle. So we have to be careful and be very smart as to how we're going to break down this shape here so that we can find area in two different parts. Okay, so if you see here, you could actually take, my drawing is not that perfect, but the one that you have on your PDF is a little bit better. But you could actually cut the shape right here, yes, and you would have two congruent trapezoids, and then you find the area of one, and then you just multiply by 2. Or you could also break it down here into a rectangle and a triangle. I'm actually going to do that, so I'm going to go ahead and break it down right here, yes, and this is going to be, I always label them A and B, so I can show my work very clearly. A is going to be a rectangle, dimensions are 12 by 16, and then B is going to be a triangle, and we're going to look at the dimensions once we get to that. So let's start with the area, okay, of A, which is a rectangle. So the formula, and always write down your formula. That's your problem-solving plan in this case, the formulas. And it's going to be 12 times 16, right, because it's the base times the height, or length times width, and that's going to be, I believe, 192. I am not going to worry about units yet. I'm going to deal with all units later on. So that's the rectangle, and now I have to deal with the triangle. Now, if you see this here, right, these are the three sides. So this is 10. If you have these little 2 marks here, that means that this is going to be a 10 as well. Now, I need to know the base. So this is going to be the base, and this one here is going to be the height. Okay? Now, the base, if you see, it's this, which is the same length as this one here. So it's going to be 12, right? That's weird too, but you can see that. And then this side here, this height here, if you see, we know that from all the way here to the very tippy top here is going to be 24. And we also know that from here to here is going to be 16. So the rest of that is going to be 8. So our height is going to be 8. So there's a lot of looking at long distances and then subtracting a shorter distance to figure out the rest of them. There's a lot of that in composite shapes, okay? So we have base 12, height 8, so let's go ahead and do the work for that. So it's going to be, B is going to be a triangle, so let's write down our formula, base times height, and that is going to be 1/2 times the base, which was, remember, 12, and the height, which is 8. 12 times 8, and that is going to be, I'm going to simplify here, and that's going to be 6. So 6 times 8 is 48. So now I have the areas of the two different shapes. The only thing I need to do to find the total area, and make sure that you write that down, total area is going to be to add them. So it's 192 plus 48, which is going to be 8 carry 1 4 240, and the problem, I think it was centimeters, and we're talking area, so it's going to be centimeters squared. Okay, so very important. So break down the shape, find the area of A, find the area of B, and if you had a third one, you would find the area of C or D, as many as you want. And then to find the total area, you just add them up. I'm going to stop the video right here, and on a separate paper, I'm going to do the perimeter of the shape, which is a little bit more complicated because we have to find, none for this one. So this one's going to be easy, okay? So I'm going to stop the video right now.